Alrighty, so yesterday I was hanging up some of these flower pots up here on the deck. Got a couple of them hung up, and then when I came over to this side, realized that I had some dry walk going on, so I pulled the, get up here so you can see, pulled the little fascia board off, and that's a lot of rot, so I'm gonna be replacing that today. And in the meantime, I figured I'd pull off this fascia boards and stuff too, because they've got it just kind of hacked in there together and it looks like crap, so I'm gonna try and fix it up a little bit. They got a seam here, seam there, just all kinds of little random stuff that I don't really like the way it looks, so gonna try and fix it. So don't 100% know what I'm doing, so don't do what I'm doing, because I am not a professional. Always consult a professional. All right, so I got a lot of this trim taken off. Nothing surprising. We've got a couple carpenter bees that have dug holes into the boards, but really I just wanted to make sure that I don't know if y'all just saw that or not, but two just dropped out of that hole there, so I guess I got to figure out how to keep them out, because I didn't think they were still in there, but they are. Must go up there quite a ways. So anyways, yeah, the only real rot that I'm seeing is that back in the corner. Everything else is looking good. I think we're gonna end up remodeling the kind of the whole front porch, put new deck boards down, put a new railing on, replace these posts here. Instead of having the turn posts, we want squares, and those are 4x4s right now, and we're gonna put, I think, maybe 6x6s. We'll see how it looks on there. But yeah, so a little bit of dry rot ended up turning into a front porch remodel. So everything seems to be going smoothly. I haven't screwed anything up so far, but never say never, right? Bye. All right, so here is a good view of why there's water that was coming in right here and rotting the wood away. The roof, let me get around here. The roof comes down and there's flashing behind the stucco here that keeps water coming down, and then it just stops. So I cut this little groove right here. I'm gonna put a piece of flashing in and angle it so it diverts the water down into the gutter, and it's gonna tuck up under this piece of flashing here, come down, and then 90 out into the gutter there, and hopefully that's all I need to do. So got my flashing. I bought I think 4 or 5 of these little pieces so I can practice and screw up, because I'm sure it's going to take me a few tries to cut it correctly. I used to do this a long time ago, probably about 12 years ago. I worked for a company for about 1.5 years that did commercial steel buildings, so we did a lot of tin cutting. I'm really rusty, so I'm hoping I remember what I'm doing. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I need to cut the bottom here. All the way kind of to the corner, and then I can bend it, and that makes my diversion. So that should be able to tuck up in there and then kick out all at the same time. I've got a couple of these pieces, so I'm hoping it'll work, and we can kind of bend that piece there, and then let's see how it fits. All right, so here's kind of the finished product. I had to knock a little bit more out of the stucco there. I will patch that later, go to the store and and get a little bit of stucco and I'll fill that hole. But there's the diversion dam. It goes behind the wall and up under the flashing up here, and then comes down and shoots out so it hits into the gutter. It's not perfect. I put a little bit of caulking on there. I'm gonna hit it one more time with some caulking. I'm gonna hit it one more time with some caulking. Make sure everything's working good and sealed up, and then check back here. I hit it with a whole bunch of caulking back here too, just to kind of be safe. You know, again, I'll hit it one more time with caulking on top of it, just to try and make it as waterproof as possible, and hopefully we don't get any more leaks. Okay, so several days and a few rain showers later, we have not had any leaking or water coming through. That kick-out flashing is doing exactly what it's supposed to, so I decided I could remove the old beam and put this new one up. And it took me several tries. As you can see here, I sped the video up quite a bit. It took me like 20 minutes to hang this beam up there. I ended up having to trim it off a little bit and then cutting like a 45-degree angle on the top of the board to get it to swing up in place. And the second one, I went ahead and cut the 45-degree angle on it ahead of time, and it went up no problem, no issues. I also had some nails that I had to cut off with the Sawzall to make some room for the beam to get up in there. That was another issue that I had. It was a real handy tool. That was the first time I actually got to use the Sawzall on a project. Got it for Christmas and it worked great, exactly how it's supposed to. So I just used some deck screws to secure the beam to the existing beam and to the framing of the house, and then the trusses up above. Worked out pretty good. This little impact tool is awesome. I'm so glad that we got it. So as you can tell, the second board went up super smooth. I kind of took what I learned from the first one and applied it to the second. The way they had these two boards held together before was just nailed, so I decided just screwing them together would be about the same as how they had it before, and it lasted like 25 years, 30 years like it was before. So figured this way should do just fine as well. So I'm super happy with how this turned out. I still have to put the trim boards on, but that's gonna be for another video. Thank you for watching.